All right, there we go. This is as far as we can go in the 4-hour time frame. So now I've just shown you how to find a 3 touch point trend line, but now we need to wait for the break. Let's watch price and see if we can get a break of this downward 3 touch point trend line. Okay, we've just been presented with a break of this downward 3 touch point trend line. We know that this signifies an entry. Now, before we get into our trade here, before we take our entry, I want to introduce a new concept called the safety line. This concept is the exact reason why I've been able to stay consistently profitable in the markets. It helps me manage my risk, keep it low. It helps me capitalize on profits and tells me exactly when to close my trade. Now let me show you how to draw this safety line. So the concept of a steeper trend line is not new, but the way that we utilize this is. So we're going to go to the toolbar over here to the left. Previous point B or most recent touch point is going to be point A, making sure you come in, capture as many touch points as possible without having the price intersect. But now the difference is this line is called our safety line. This line will keep our risk low. This will allow us to capitalize on profits and tell us exactly when to close this trade here. So now that we have drawn our safety line, we can enter our position here. We're going to hit the buy button to place our order. All right, we are now in our trade. Let's see how this trade plays out and see if it breaks our safety line. As you can see here, this price has moved aggressively in our favor, but we still haven't had a break of our safety line yet. All right, we have just made it to real-time price action. This is where the price is trading at right now. So the price hasn't broken our safety line yet. So you're able to see what this trade management looks like, when to get into your trade. Now let's go over some examples of when do we get out. So we know if price breaks our safety line, that's our indication to close our trade. So if the price comes down and breaks this safety line, this is our indication right here to close this trade. But let's go over a scenario if it doesn't. If the price comes down and actually respects our safety line, creating another touch point and then continues to move in our favor, so this is our indication to stay in that trade. So only until the price breaks our safety line do we need to close this position out. Now let's go over another example. We're looking at crude oil on the 4-hour time frame. Now in this scenario, I've already done my top-down analysis. As you can see here, I was able to spot a 1, 2, 3 touch point trend line. What we're missing is the break. So let's continue to wait and see if we can get a break of this trend line. Okay, we were just presented with a break of this upward 3 touch point trend line. Now remember, before we get into this position, we need to draw something called the safety line here. Let's go back to the right tool over here. Same concept when we're drawing our steeper trend lines. Most recent touch point or previous point B is new point A. And then we're going to try to capture as many touch points as possible without having price intersect. Now that we've drawn our safety line, it's time to enter our position. Now let's see how this trade plays out and if it breaks our safety line. All right, as you can see here, we are in profit and price has still not broken our safety line yet. So we continue to stay in this trade until price does. All right, we have finally been presented with a break of our safety line. It's time to close our trade and take our profits. Close position here. So you can see, we entered the price over here when we got the break of our 3 touch point trend line. We drew our safety line. We stayed in the trade until we got yet another break. Price broke our safety line, which indicated an exit. So we've got a very clear entry and a very clear exit. So there you have it. We've